What's up guys, it's Matt here, back with another episode of Mario Kart Tour and another video. Just a bit of a channel update and a recap on ACR Top 100, which I went for last tour. I thought there might be a couple of things that I can share. I know there's plenty of content around ACR, but for the newer players, for someone who's wanting to get into maybe Top 1000 for the first time or maybe Top 100, thought it would be cool to jump on, just do a quick update as well as talk a little bit about content on the channel going forward. So hit that like button, hit subscribe. We're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about what memberships might look like as well later in the video. So stay tuned for that. But help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's dive in and let's talk about ACR Top 100. And first of all, I'm going to jump over here to the game. I'm going to jump over and let's go ahead and take a look at our gifts. And boom, there it is. Our second Top 100 badge in the bag. Boom, let's accept that. Beautiful. Beautiful thing that it is. Unfortunately, it had Mario on it. I was really hoping it would be a Luigi badge, but it is what it is. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna jump over and we're gonna take a look at the All Cup ranking results over on the computer here. Obviously, you can use this on your phone as well. So just jumping over to my display here. So this is on MarioKartTour.com. Just Google search All Cup ranking, you'll find this page. This is where you can see what's happening right now. So if you click on latest All Cup ranking, this will be the current tour, and this is how predictions get made of the tour from Rashid and from Nadino and others around where they were like. Oh man, shout out to BS13, dude, amazing, second place right now in All Cup ranking. So looking at previous results now, Mario versus Luigi tour, basically I didn't look at the results or where things were sitting at all until like 2 or 3 days before the tour ended. I knew where I needed to kind of get, I knew where the projection was, and then I went in and towards the end I got close and started to look at the projection. You can see here Kanye East got second place, which is pretty insane. Well done, dude. So jumping down, let's take a look at the result here. And I got, you will see, where am I? Right here, boom, there we go, number 63 in the ACR Top 100. So my first placement, back in the Sunday tour, the projection went crazy high. It went like 100, 200K, I can't remember exactly what it was, above the original projection. And because of that, I grinded really hard. I think I got over 90%, maybe even not closer to 95%. And I only got 100th place, I think it was, or it might have been 99th place. But this time around, I had really crazy loadouts, and so 63rd was relatively easy. I could have grinded a lot harder and got a lot harder. Maybe I should have gone for top 50, but at the end of the day, I wasn't willing to sacrifice all that extra time. So how much time did it take me? How much time did I spend on ACR last tour? Well, I've calculated it out, and I think it's roughly around 50 hours, which was just not too bad. I know there's some people who maybe have hit a higher percentage than me with less than 50 hours, but I think it's roughly about 50 hours. It might be even a little less than that, but I calculate that it's roughly 3 hours per day. Some days might have been more than 3 hours, maybe 4 or 5. Most days was probably more like 2 hours. So that's the average. That's where I'm kind of working out that I landed there. So let's jump ahead and take a look at my ACR sheet to look at what the tour looked like and where I landed. So firstly, if you haven't seen the DKR sheet before, you can see my estimated score here, which was 2,465,000. Now the projection for the tour was a lot lower than that. I think it was something like at the end of the day, I think it was 2.16. Something like that. And so 2,465 is pretty insane. Of course, that includes every potential upgrade that I made. In fact, that was even higher, but I actually changed some of the decisions I made. Mario King, you'll see here, is level 7. And he was only double capped in the end, but it was recommended for me to go level 8 and triple cap Mario King. But on the last couple of days, this is why I waited. I didn't invest all my tickets at once at the start of the tour, and it turned out I didn't actually need him. So I just went ahead, grinded out those courses that Mario King covered, and only took him to level 7 and double cap, which that investment happened on, I think, the first or second day of tour with Ranked Cup there with him for Mario Raceway RT. So 87.7% is the percentage you'll see. So this is the total score I ended up getting, 2,161,307 points. I think that's roughly about right. And then you'll see 87.7% there. Okay, so looking down, you'll see the rank of the course. Now, people who are going crazy trying to get 95% plus on ACR, they will be going for what you see here, like an S grade or A plus grade, something like that. So you can see I got an A plus, A minus, A, you know, I don't know about you guys, but when I was at university, I was not an A grade student, so I'll take all the A's I can get. You know, we got an A minus here, A. But for the most part, I'm probably more of like a B average sort of kind of player. You can see from my, you know, the time that I spent. And remember, this is not just based on your skill level, but what you can get done in the time that you have. So there was a lot for me of accepting what I did get. And at the end of the day, that's just a ranking. It's not what is more important is the gain that you leave on the course. So looking at this column here, gain, you can see how many points I've left on the course. So if we look at some of them here, for example, probably the one I did the least well on is this Luigi Raceway, which was actually in ranked. So if there was one that I wanted to spend a lot more time on, this would have been the one, but you know, I just didn't end up coming back to this and getting a decent boom box. I spent a good couple of hours on this course, but the best I could do was just a boomerang frenzy with a bunch of coins and a coin frenzy for 149 actions. So because the ceiling is so high for a boombox course, without getting a boombox, that was going to be rated pretty low. You'll see, if I go down a bit further, I think there's a PD Piranha course here as well. This one here, yeah, this is only B minus, so SNES Ghost Valley 1 RT. Again, boombox course, but in the end, I only got, is that right, 108 actions, yeah. Oh man, that's a very low scoring course. Yeah, so there's a lot of points that I could have scored there. So 9,105 points left to go. SNES Mario Circuit 1 RT, this is an interesting one because it is coin box. I had an okay sized cart, like I had a good loadout, but man, this was a short course. I think it only has 2 item boxes. So even though it had massive scoring potential with gold meat, I just did not get the run that was a really good run. I got plenty of great runs, but they were ruined by bots and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, the RNG luck came and went, but I just didn't manage to capitalize it when I needed to. So looking at the numbers, you can really see a lot of courses still have over 5,000 points remaining, or, you know, kind of 7 to 10, sort of in that range, so 9,000 points. So really, if you want to go for a hardcore ACR grind, you really want to get those down under every course under 5,000 points remaining. So you can see a few of them I did great on. Some of the ones I was proud of, this run here on 3DS Mario Circuit, super easy course. You know, those some of those Mario Circuit courses are quite fun. Even easier than that is yes, this 3DS Mario Circuit, man, there's some really fun courses there. Probably the best grind that I did the whole time was this one here, Cookie Land. I was absolutely stoked with this run. Was not expecting this run, but it went incredibly well. So this was a coin box frenzy and a coin frenzy with 3 single boxes, which, you know, in a battle mode, that feels like it's taken a long time. That feels like it forever. You know, you're going through item box after item box to get those 182 actions with well fought bonus for 73,675 points. In fact, you can see I actually overscored the estimate there. So that's what an S tier grind is when you get a score like that. So I was super lucky getting that run. Probably helped me tip over the edge to where I got to in the end. But man, I was super happy. Let's take a look at some of the investments that I made jumping over to these columns. You can see my average 7.5, 7.1 and 7.2 for the level of the drivers, carts and gliders was very high. Obviously, I had some great loadouts and already, things like Gold Me at 8 and quad capped. But the ones that I invested into was Mario King to level 7 and double capped, Mario Hakama up to level 8 and triple cap, which is a pretty insane investment, but I'm stoked with that. Donkey Kong Me, I had the choice because this Luigi Circuit T, I think it was repeated twice. Actually, I used DK Me on SNES Mario Circuit 2 RT here, But because of using him twice, I went in on him, even though it's not necessarily a great investment. It's not a guaranteed investment. I will get some value back from that at some point. Then other drivers I invested in, looking down the list, Kamek actually only was 1 ticket away from level 8, so I took him up to level 8 there. What else? Oh yeah, so Blue Cooper Free running ended up being 8 and quad capped there, a super investment for a couple of courses, so that was worth it. Super easy to get, double coin in this case, did not take long. Could have spent more time on this Luigi circuit, but yeah, just didn't really have time. With 5,000 points remaining, there were other priorities. Yeah, so those are the drivers. Looking at the karts, the main one is this insane black shielded speedster to level 8 and quad capped. Pretty insane. This thing, I'm hoping it serves me for a long time. On the I guess the opposite to that is this B Dasher. Not a great kart, very old kart, but it does actually give me 11 courses, which is quite a lot for such an old kart when it has such little coverage. So this one ended up being 8 and double capped. So didn't triple cap it. Not really a contender for triple capping, but certainly if you look at how many courses it gave me across the whole tour, it was very, very strong. So similar to Mario Hakama, those two kind of paired well. It was one that I needed to invest in to be successful. Now, of course, I'd have loved to spend those 8 tickets on, say, the Red Off-Roader, but when you're only using that thing 1 time in the whole tour, you just really can't justify that. Same with Question Mark Block Me. I would have loved to take that silver late, but again, just not an option with what needed to be done. Another cool investment in the karts was Cupid's Arrow. Now, this was interesting because it actually showed Black Penguin Slider to level 5 as the recommendation. But when I looked at it, I realized that that was the same course, Luigi Circuit RT, which was repeated here. And so what that meant was I actually could choose anything on that top shelf. And so the silver Cupid's Arrow jumped out at me and I went, I need to take that thing up. Unfortunately, I had no cap tickets from the Black Shielded Speedster, so I ended up just leaving it level 6 with no cap, which is a bit cringe. I need to invest in that one once it becomes better, but looking at its value this tour, it's not good for my account yet, and it's not needed in ranked this tour. So hopefully it gets some great ranked appearances in future tours and I can start to cap that one. But yeah, quite an unexpected investment in the end, but a lot of people were hoping that one would be good. So I'm stoked that I'm kind of being forced to start investing into it. Moving on to the gliders, I had the main one is this green emblem which went to level 8 and triple cap, but after the first week I could quad cap it, and I just went back and raced a couple of tracks that I'd already raced with a quad cap glider. So this one was insane. It was all over the tour, absolutely everywhere, and I already had great coverage pretty much everywhere else. Things like the yellow hard hat balloon, what else? The 8-bit 1-up mushroom, wonderful wings. 8-bit fireflower was strong. Man, it would have been a good one to take 8-bit fireflower to level 8, but I just didn't have the tickets to do that as well. So that's something that needs to happen on my account at some point. Cool, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have too much more to say, I guess. The main thing I kind of took away from the tour is making sure to manage your time really well. The only reason I was able to do it is because I bided my time, waited for those ACR projections to kind of come in. The ACR projection actually started to go down over the tour, which was really encouraging. So I kind of started to commit more and more as the tour went on. And yeah, really it was just came down to resetting every time. Didn't get something great in the first box, maybe the second box if it's a long course with a lot of item boxes, or maybe you got a single box and you need a frenzy, resetting and knowing if it's going to be enough to score. So a lot of practice, if you're not getting into ACR yet, you can practice just purely by feeling out the course and looking at the scoring at the end. Generally, the first couple of boxes are the best predictor of the overall score that you'll get. So that was my learnings from ACR Top 100. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty easy, which was good. I obviously left a lot of points on the table, so I think people might look at this and go, man, you're lucky that you have those loadouts, that you can leave 300k on the table. Just want to say, I know that's not a normal way to play, but for me, it's just balancing time and effort and making sure it's a fun grind too. So I actually had a lot of fun going for Top 100, which is something I thought I would never say. The last time, very stressful. You'll notice here, by the way, with the drivers that there's almost no giant banana courses. In fact, there might not be any, and there's also no lucky 7. So it was a bit of a unique tour, which made it kind of fun. Sorry, there was obviously the 2 DK me suit giant banana courses, but because it was so much coin box, hardly any boomerang, it made sense. It was a fun tour, and I enjoyed it. That's pretty much it, guys. So what we're going to do now, I just want to talk a little bit about the channel and where things are going. Just going to jump over here. Content on the channel. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Creating content does take a lot of time and effort, and so I want to make sure that what I'm doing is in line with what people like about the channel, people want to follow, people want to hear from me, things like that. And I've been so blessed with people coming on the channel. Recently, Sammy D, Always Flow, has been supportive of the channel. I've got amazing people behind the scenes supporting things. And so I just want to say, first of all, thank you for supporting the channel. And as we get close to 1,000 subscribers, I want to make sure that the content is in line with where we're going. So I made a wee survey, which was shared on the channel. I got most of the engagement through Discord, which was cool. If you are interested, the survey's still open if you want to respond to it, and I'll put a link in the description down below. But the main question in it was really around what type of videos you'd like to see on the channel. I also asked questions around, I'm trying to think about like where content's going, what do you like about the channel, what other content could come, and then things like, what do we do when memberships open or something like that. So overall, the feedback was that people like the tour reactions, people like special videos and things like that, where we cover in-depth stuff about ticket time and about things. So I think that what's not going to change is the tour reactions, the trailer reactions, like getting ready for what's coming. That stuff will come, but I think more and more we want to create special content on the channel that's going to bring people in, that you really enjoy, something unique. And so I've actually decided and made a call really to just put the regular content that, other than the tour reactions and the trailer reactions, on hold, so that each tour we can think about, do we have time, do we have space to create something great, a really great video. So the last one I made of this was the ticket time, how to use ticket time to invest into your account video, which I'll link in the description down below. I'd love for you to check out that video if you've missed it. But we want to make more content like that. So, and you agreed that we want interesting content as well. So based on that, what we're going to do is I'll just show you the surveys just so you can see that. Based on that, what we're going to do is we're going to start some new series, every now and again, not necessarily every tour, but diving into things that are interesting about the game and using data to back that up. So the first one off that we're thinking about doing is MarioKartTour myths. So Flo and I are going to get together. We're going to pull some data around things like, are ranked rewards good? Are city buffs bad? Lots of things like that. We want to dive into these kind of interesting questions about the game, looking at that meta level and answering some of those questions and helping you out. So stay tuned to the channel if you like that. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. Like I say, I will put a link to the survey, so feel free to feedback, but we'd love your feedback, and let me know down below what you think about the direction of the channel as we go forward. Lastly, just around memberships, thank you for, again, we had a question in the survey around memberships as well. Generally speaking, it sounds like memberships is something that some people are interested in, not necessarily everyone. But what was also came through really strongly is that the pricing is really important for people to consider that. So I've taken that on board. We'll see what happens when we land. I just want to make sure that if we're going to open that up, that people feel like they're getting value. So thanks heaps for your feedback on that, and we will look at that when we cross that bridge of 1,000 subscribers. Guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're enjoying the content on the channel. Make sure to hit like, let me know your feedback in the comments down below, and hit subscribe. I hope you found this useful around ACR, strategy, things like that. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in going for ACR yourself. We'd love to support you over on Discord, so join our community there and stay tuned to the channel for much more content. Thanks guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.